Hello, everyone, and welcome to another match in our third round, the final round of this season's Super Mario Land 2 Randomizer League. Alongside Lori D. Bunnykins, I'm Ferran Burgundy, and we've got a heck of a matchup here between Not Typo and ravetuba.
I'm really excited. I have not been checking much this season, so I'm not sure where everybody is in terms of record, but these are definitely two good players, so it should be a good race, regardless of how the previous races in this season went.
Well, this season's a little different and interesting in that there were a bit fewer runners in this particular season, but nonetheless, Rave third overall in the league at 11-4-1. Typo 4-7-1 in fifth place, so a bit of a disparity there. And this is the first time that the two have faced off against one another here in league play.
Well, that's going to be interesting then.
It most certainly is. Now, for those unfamiliar, the object of Super Mario Land 2 is for our racers to defeat the evil Wario. To do so, they'll advance through 6 different zones to collect, as the game's title indicates, 6 golden coins by defeating 6 different bosses. Those golden coins will allow access to Wario's castle for the final showdown. Now, what's randomized here in I'm getting old hat here, as I've been doing a bunch of those this whole week here. What's randomized in Super Mario Land 2? Practically everything, and we'll get into that in a little bit as we are just getting started here with what looks to be Macro Zone 3 to start.
Yeah, so you were telling me beforehand there were a lot of changes since the last time I've seen this. I've barely paid attention to this game since probably Season 3, so I have no idea what's about to be going down in some of these cases.
All right, well, to tell you the basics as far as what's randomized, of course, the levels are shuffled, as you can see here. The zones with dual exits may or may not be swapped. Also, the bosses, enemies, and power-ups are randomized. Plus, changed around are the zone's music, the physics, which we'll get more into in a little bit, as well as whether or not a zone's level auto-scrolls. Now, this happens to be Beast Mode as well. So, in addition, the midpoint bells have been replaced with enemies. The physics are a bit more harsh, whether it be the swapping between normal physics, moon physics, which adjusts your arc, as well as space physics. And the boss hit points are randomized, as the different bosses can have a varying range. Now, the added wrinkles for this particular season include new physics of Luigi physics, which includes a bit higher jumping, as well as ice physics. As we're starting off here with Pumpkin Secret 2 in the first tree zone level. So the ice physics can certainly make things very slippery, especially in some of the tighter quarters.
Yep.
And there's also the new feature where there are 2 different auto-zone scrolling speeds.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that can wreak havoc potentially here, as ravetuba finishing up and is going to head to our first of the 7 split zones, and this time around it is Macro Zone 1.
Yeah, the Luigi physics sounds interesting. About 2 years ago, didn't go as well as I wanted it to, but around 2 years ago I tried speedrunning New Super Luigi U, and you really have to get used to Luigi physics in that game if you want to, not game over at any point, so it's definitely something that is interesting to me, because it's something that's really hard to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's just it can make things almost easier if you can control it.
Oh, most certainly. Now, what our runners are hoping to control in this level is acquiring a Fire Flower power-up, although power-ups are fewer and further between, as a lot of them are replaced with the money bags here in Beast Mode. Ooh, and Typo just able to float on and hang on there, and things pretty well evened up at this point.
Yeah.
Now, neither runner able to get the Fire Flower to head to the secret exit, so they're going to have to, by default, go down to the traditional exit, and we'll see if that is the correct one or not. And it is. It does send them up the tree, so They lucked out in that regard.
And we're going to get a little split here. It looks like Typo's on that kind of overworld miscellaneous Goomba stage.
Oh, the mole, the miscellaneous overworld level.
Thank you. I forgot that. I remember, I think someone came up with that. And then it looks like Rave's got Pumpkin 1, which I'd say is probably better to get just in the fact that it's not an auto-scroller.
Yes, the auto-scrollers, when speed running is occurring, it's the bane of some people's existence, because they can only go as fast as the game lets them.
Yeah. And as Deer's pointing out in chat, you can reset auto-scrollers, but I feel like if you're in a beast mode seed, and you get a level like the mole here, just take it. Like, this is a really simple level, especially if you have a fire flower and you can just burst through all the Goombas, no problem. So, it's definitely understandable why Typo would take this time, especially because not even that far behind entering our boss level, which we have Turtle 3 here.
Yes, we are inside the whale. Oh, and Rave taking a death to one of those Koopa Troopas there, and Typo almost having a little bit of trouble with it as well. So at least for the brief moment here, Typo taking a lead thanks to that death.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the quicker time music in here as well. So normally a waltz, this is more of an obetic in a sense. More of a 6/8 up-tempo kind of thing.
That's a big word.
A little, yeah. The obetic is in the Polish community. It's yeah, they have polkas, waltzes, and obetics.
Yeah. Do they have birds
and we've
in
got
Poland?
we've got the boss of the bird. Normally the tree zone boss, but shaken up just a little bit here.
With the power-up they have right now, this fight is incredibly easy.
And 4 stomps on the bird. Normally it takes 3, but again, the boss's hit points are randomized. And that is going to be coin number 1 here for Typo at 5 minutes and 47 seconds.
That's pretty good start. Especially taking an auto-scroller this early, still getting a coin within the first 6 minutes in beast mode is a really nice thing.
And Rave going to get it at 6:01, so only a 14-second differential, as now the Hippo level looks to be Hippo in its vanilla location.
Yep.
And it looks like we have moon physics on top of it.
Yeah. And it looks like Typo doesn't have a bubble with him currently. Rave is taking one, however.
Yeah, Typo had jumped over the bubble that was supplied and just went right into the drink.
Yeah, probably was not anticipating these physics. Which definitely makes sense.
And with the moon physics, you aren't able to float even with the bubble, I believe, like you usually would be.
That's actually, I don't think I've ever seen this level with moon physics. Well, we'll just have to hope that the bottom door is correct, I guess? I don't know. Unless there's some way you can get into the top. What's great about this level is that, especially with the bubble, unless you have these kind of physics, it's basically a 50-50, just right at the end of the level, if you get to go to Space Zone or not. Fortunately, Typo's making it, and it looks like Rave, I don't think it's going to be going for top. Just kidding.
That ended up being the less than ideal decision, as it's going to send Rave over to Macro Zone.
Yep, but Macro Zone's still a zone you need to complete. And it looks like our split path options here are Tree Zone 2 on Typo's side, and Pumpkin Zone 2 on ravetuba's side, which I'm going to be honest, this is probably my favorite level to see in the Macro Zone 1 position, Pumpkin 2, because all the other secret exits, levels that have secret exits, if you get the exit that you're not looking for, you can't progress. You have to go and get the other exits. And I think my least favorite exit to get in this whole game, even despite Turtle 2 existing, is probably the secret exit in this stage. So I like knowing that I'm never going to have to worry about that when I see this level in this position.
Oh, and Typo taking the secret exit, and it is not ideal, as it's Turtle 1, and opting to reset here.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Rave traversing is going to try to take the secret exit in Pumpkin Zone 2. Moving very carefully along. Is able to spin jump to take care of the blocks. And is just a mere moment away from the secret exit, taking damage in the process. And it looks to be ideal.
Mm-hmm. So
one
again,
less level to go through.
Yeah, so again, as I mentioned, it doesn't actually matter because even the secret exit in Macro is a path that'll send you to the boss. It even is a path that sends you to the boss in one less level than the normal path. So, especially when you have such an easy level like this secret stage here, it's practically just free if you can get that exit. Sometimes you get a really mean level up there, like, I don't really know an example off the top of my head of the meanest level you could get, but it can be rude.
And so we've got Pumpkin 4.
Pumpkin 4 and Tree 5 going on. So we'll see how these two go with it. I believe one thing that's actually randomized, if I remember this, is in a few levels, the platforms are kind of shuffled between them. And this might be one of them. So the movement of these platforms might be kind of wonky compared to how they usually are. I'm not 100% sure, though. That's scary.
I'll admit, if that is a wrinkle that has been thrown in, it's something that I was never made privy, but
I don't know.
Slash, the creator of the game, is known for basically Frankensteining all kinds of things here, as Typo now at the boss, which is the pigs, as Rave takes on the witch boss.
Oh, okay. The platforms aren't changed in Tree 5. I think they might be in Wario's castle. It also looks like Typo's going to be dealing with these pigs fairly... Oh, never mind.
Ooh.
Yummy words are yummy.
And again, with the midpoint bells being taken away, that means Typo has to start back at the beginning of that zone's level. Meanwhile, Rave taking out the witch and is going to get the second coin here.
Yep, looking to be...
11-12.
Really good. Especially for already taking a wrong exit on Hippo.
So now back to regroup through the Hippo stage is Rave, and regrouping through to get to the boss is Typo, and here it is. Typo versus the pigs, round 2.
And it looks like each pig, as I was going to mention, I was going to say this looks like it might not be as bad, because it looks like each pig here only has 2 HP instead of the normal 3, so 1 less hit per pig is pretty good. Okay, never mind. Who am I?
That was to throw a false sense of security in there. You figure, all right, 2 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits. Nope, not quite. But Typo dispatching of the pigs and is going to get the second gold coin at 12 minutes and 22 seconds. So about a minute 10 differential.
Yeah. So we're gonna see Typo head over to Macro now, because that's the way you usually do it when you're going clockwise. I think this is. I never remember the clockwise, counterclockwise stuff.
No, they are definitely going clockwise.
All right.
Although I do understand what you mean, Lori, as so many of our timepieces these days are digital that you don't necessarily think of how a traditional clock flows.
No, it's not that. It's just that my memory is awful. They have the same words in them. One of them just sneaks in a counter. It's like they're basically the same thing. How am I supposed to remember this? And, yeah, no, Wolfman, I get it. I forget which way clock moves. And, Rave making a really nice jump up, using a super jump even, to get to that secret exit. However, as we know from Typo's experience, not the greatest of ideas.
So back into Tree Zone 2 once again goes Rave.
Yep. Back to the lab again. And it looks like Typo isn't going to be going for the secret exit here. So we're not going to be seeing the super easy space 1, or the space bonus that Rave saw, but instead we're going to see the macro.
Oh.
bonus.
Wow, this is anything but super easy, as it is an auto-scroller with moon physics, the macro secret zone.
Yep. Jumping over that platform. I don't remember if this was a thing. I don't remember if this, or I don't know, rather, if this has been kind of fixed, or if it was a thing with just the game in general. But those kind of platforms that you might see, when you have moon physics, they don't let you jump, really. They're just kind of like quicksand. Not in the fact that they suck you in, but the fact that your jump just kind of mostly just gets destroyed. I don't remember if that was fixed.
It bogs you down, yes.
Yeah. I don't know how to describe it very well.
No worries. We'll be able to get the point across one way or another here, Lori. So Typo finally finishing with the auto-scroller, now the second that he has encountered, and on to Mario Zone 1.
I heard you like hurry up music, by the way. It's pretty good. We got more of it.
So now Rave working on the pigs. Ooh, and having to take the damage there as Rave is finishing up with the pigs.
Alright. So Rave probably going to be about a boss level ahead here, as Typo's like right at the end of Mario 1. I didn't see the time on that coin.
16:15 was the time on coin 3 for Rave.
Alright, that's really good so far.
So Typo's now going to head to that boss level and is going to climb up the tree with Sped Up Star Song.
Speaking of stars, Typo getting in one in this, I believe, tree secret level.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, the invincibility star for Rave, and that is indeed tree secret.
Oh, this isn't sped up, it's just a random pitch shift. Wolfman's alright. To improve the chance of seeing star songs, we have the star song in 80 different keys, all available. I don't think that's actually true.
I don't believe that there are 80 keys.
I don't think so either. I just wanted to come up with a number.
Although apparently I'm confusing tempo and pitch, so I don't know what the heck I'm talking about anymore.
Yeah, I wanted to say 12, but I didn't know if people would get mad at me if I didn't include minors or anything.
Anyway, ravetuba now in the gauntlet part of Turtle Zone 2. Trying to head over to the secret exit. It's the shorter path of the two, but it's also the more dangerous. As you see, there's bullet bills and sharks and who knows what else being thrown around here.
Really just bullet bills and sharks right now, but there can be more. enemy placements are shuffled, so this is usually just a kind of amalgamation of whatever the game wants it to be. Fortunately, it was a good option in this route, though. And we have a level in its vanilla location with Pumpkin 3.
Pumpkin and vanilla, how delicious.
Yum. Yeah, as we've already seen with the Hippo, there are only like 7 levels that have dual exits, so it's not that uncommon to see a level in its vanilla position when it's a dual exit. Single exit is a little bit of a different story, and that's good.
Alright, so the lead growing for Rave here is at 1853, the macro zone coin acquired by Typo. Now about a little over a 2.5 minute differential.
And it's good to see a carrot in this stage because the secret exit is in this stage that requires a carrot, so you can check it. Really is the best thing I can say. And it's a good one.
Correct one as well. Wow. So now we are in macro zone 4.
Yeah, for our upcoming pumpkin boss.
And it looks like we have moon physics as well.
Fun. We've not seen any space physics, but at the same time, we've not seen Spaceland 2, which is the only vanilla level with space physics, and you sometimes see it there. I honestly doubt we're going to see it there in Beast Mode. I honestly can't see space physics happening too much at all in Beast Mode, because it can make some things pretty easy.
Yeah, that certainly makes sense. I'd be hard-pressed to disagree with that.
It can make some things challenging, though.
And Oh Dear noting needs more ice physics. As Rave now on the boss for Pumpkin Zone, which is Tatanga, normally the space zone boss. Oh, trying to roast Tatanga and not able to do so. Meanwhile, Typo taking a death in the gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
So Rave now going to acquire gold coin number 4 here at 20 minutes and 59 seconds.
Yep, and coming up we have something cool. We have Mario Zone. What I think me and a lot of other people really enjoy about Mario Zone is that its number of dual exits is a great big 0. So you never have to worry about that for this set of levels.
Yep, just a forwardly traverting, making your way through the levels, and another death for Typo in the gauntlet.
I thought you were going to say trudge like 3 times there.
I didn't even know what I was going to say. I'm broadcasting on about 2 hours of sleep, so I'm trying to make it work here, and not exactly top notch, but still doing all right, all things considered.
I got a full 8, and I'm still really tired. So I don't blame you.
So Rave now floating over Mario Zone 2, the first Mario Zone in this case, and now onto Mario 2, which is Tree Zone 3, the Beehive.
So I almost said the cool thing about the Beehive is it has bees in it. I guess that's pretty cool if you think bees are cool. This level is actually really interesting to me. I don't know why. Even like in vanilla, I think it's one of the more interesting stages.
Meanwhile, Typo continuing to struggle with the gauntlet, but also does not want to give up and go to the long way because of how much time it would take. And oh, another death for Typo.
Yeah. It looks like Typo's out of lives. In this game, if you game over, you lose all your golden coins and have to do the boss stages again. But if you soft reset before the game over actually starts, you'll get another 0 life chance.
Yeah, soft resetting done by hitting, I believe it's select, start, A and B at the same time.
That's all the buttons.
Yeah, all the buttons.
So, yes, let's go with that.
And heading through Tree Zone 3, and now Pumpkin Secret 1 is what Rave has, and is just floating along, dodging some Paragoombas, and now deciding to drop down. And that is death number 5 for Typo in the gauntlet. And just that quickly, Rave now on the Mario Zone boss level, which is in its vanilla location.
Alright, cool. And it looks like it's about the same thing from its normal version, except there's some Goombas in some walls they shouldn't be in. But no need to worry about that.
So some analysis being provided by the creator of the randomizer here, /Infinity, noting that Typo has to get a little closer to the bullet bill so it doesn't shoot out. But looks to finally have it here and makes it through.
And there's a... There we go. No? Okay. Just so much health.
Yeah, it looks like all 6 hits needed to take out the rat.
Crazy. But that just leaves... that just leaves one more zone for ravetuba here.
Rave getting point number...
We can already use
5
go ahead.
2457.
That's really good. We can use process of elimination to determine 2 of these levels as well as the boss. We've got macro 2 here. But... yeah, since there's only so many dual exits and so many boss levels, by the time you get to your last zone, you can almost know what to expect for most of it. So,
and what we can see here with Rave is, looks like the demonstration of those Luigi physics jumping higher than usual.
Yep. Sliding right over that gap there.
Yep, the travel is definitely tricky.
There we go. Getting the 1-up. Wow, everybody's getting 1-ups. Yeah,
so Rave on to the last, and it is Space Zone 1, but with no space or moon physics.
Yep. So, gotta be careful here. A lot of things are really tricky to do when you don't have that gravity that the game was designed to give you. You have more gravity than the game was designed to give you. And that is how you cook a space alien.
So that will be coin number 4 here for Typo.
That's a good find for, okay. Carrots are a good find in this level because when you don't have space or moon physics and you have normal gravity, you need to get a carrot in order to reach the secret exit. So it's good to know that there's one in the level, just in case that exit is the correct one to go.
Ooh, and taking another bit of damage here, and is going to take the lower path, not bothering with the secret exit, and that happens to be the correct one.
Yep. And we have not auto-scroller for Space Zone 2, but it doesn't look like we have some physics that work with this either. I can't even tell if it's normal physics or...
This is definitely moon physics.
Okay. So this level in vanilla, you're supposed to get the space physics, which basically let you fly. So when you don't have those physics, some things can get kind of tricky in this stage. Especially regarding this right here. very nicely done.
Yeah, it is precision timing to be able to get up over that high of a
Yep.
gap, and those stars are not happy stars, as you can tell by the frowns. They will do damage to you, and with Rave being small Mario already, that would mean a death.
Yeah. There is actually a point in this stage that requires a damage boost if you don't have the right physics. And since there's no midway bell, that can make this a lot worse, especially in beast mode when you get a lot of money bags. So it looks like Rave's gotta go into another level here and get a mushroom or something like that before being able to progress through the end of that stage. Fortunately, it's not an auto-scroller, so it won't take like 5. 5 is exaggerating, but...
Oh, and Rave tried for the leap of faith to get the fire flower, but instead gets the mushroom and
does that.
not sure what exactly had occurred there.
Not sure either. Oh, needs 2 power-ups. Going
And
out.
upon the realization of needing 2 power-ups, just opted to immediately soft reset, which seeing just the space background made me think there was a glitch when there wasn't, and now getting the fire flower and heading on back. Meanwhile, a mushroom for Typo using the bonus game.
Mm-hmm. Just want some extra hits going through Mario Zone is definitely not a bad idea. Oh yeah, that's right. There is a second place that you need to get hit if you have a power-up, so you do need 2 power-ups, I forgot. Making that jump once again, very nice. Has to be really careful. This is really scary.
Meanwhile, Typo trying to avoid his friends the Bullet Bill.
Right there. If you don't have a power-up, if you're Big Mario and you don't have an auto-scroll, you need to take a hit there, which is why we needed 2, despite not needing 1 to get to this part of the level. And then this part is, if you don't have space physics, the damage is required. But now we just... Alright, we don't get anything for the boss here against the squid.
Squid, octopus.
This guy.
Ooh, Typo running into the same issue of trying to roast the rat, and that max health being an issue, and now Rave going to get coin number 6 just before Typo gets coin number 5. So 3147 and 3150.
So, a pretty good lead for Rave here entering Wario's castle, but we all know what Wario's castle is like.
It can certainly be problematic.
And it looks like Oh Dear is going to be heading back. I did not mean to say that. Looks like Rave's going to be heading back in to get some power-ups to enter Wario's castle with.
And opts for the mushroom, a quick reset, and the fire flower, and off to the castle goes Rave.
It looks like... Have we got some normal physics, Wario?
I believe that is the case. So with the exception of the gauntlet being rather cumbersome for Typo, The seed has been a little more of a kitten than a beast.
Yeah. It's definitely growing up, though. There have been some things that have just kind of been not in the greatest of spots.
Oh,
this is a
well, those
really high up
platforms are a little
platforms.
high, yeah. The game trying to shake things up and make a little bit of a liar out of me.
Yep. And the more jumping, gotta be real careful here with the spikes on the ceiling. Oh, those zones are getting low.
So Rave now taking out the spherical bosses, getting a very timely power-up as Typo taking a death in Space Zone 1, and Rave is on the way to take on Wario.
Yep, the three-phase fight here consists of Wario using different power-ups that you could have used, such as the carrot here.
So an aerial battle that... Oh, Rave taking a little bit of a pause here.
Probably just wants to be very safe. Getting locked on the statue, though. Very nice.
Mm-hmm. And Palom noting in chat that was 4 hits. Yes, each Wario phase can have 3, 4, or 5 hits.
Yep. And it looks like...
But in this case, it is the standard for the final, and that is going to be it for ravetuba. Get out your GGs, as he is going to take this race with an official SRL time of 35 minutes and 25 seconds.
Yep, that was really good. For a beast mode seed. They are really challenging, and Typo getting a star from 100 kills.
Very timely, to say the least.
Yeah, but that was a great run for Rave.
Yeah, that is just a minute and 20 shy of Rave's best run in tournament play.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 34:05 was Rave's best time, but 35:25 certainly nothing to sneeze at, as that is also very well below the mean time, or that average time of about 38, almost 38 and a half minutes. So, yeah, just about 3 minutes faster than the average time for Rave. So now in Space Zone 2 is Typo. And I've been informed here that the conclusion of the race, once we wrap things up, we're going to be running a replay of issues 1 and 2 of the Randomania Mutants and Masterminds game over on Randomania 2. You saw Wolfman put it up there in chat. It's the administrators of the Randomania networks, OPT Lawyer, Noriestra, Dark Phase, and Crimson Avix, as they adventure through an adventure in Bay City created by the minds of the Greenleaf Effect. You can see it normally Wednesday evenings on Randomania 2, but in case you missed it, now you can get a replay here over on Randomania 2 at the conclusion of this race.
Yep, and Typo just learning about that mean damage boosting that has to be done, as we have Rave with us now.
Hey there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
GG.
I am very sad that we didn't get to see any ice physics. Very, very sad.
Yeah, I noted in that the beast was more of I'd said a kitten, but perhaps a lion cub, I suppose. in that there were a couple of actually, as I'm looking here up and down, there was only one zone's level that had any ice physics, and that was it was Turtle Zone's secret, and I don't know how effective it would have been, as it was the overworld level, or not the overworld level, the start level, the opening mushroom house.
Okay.
That had a combination of moon and ice physics, though, so that could have been very very treacherous had it been utilized in standard play.
True. And actually, now that I think of it, there was no auto scrollers as well. No.
There were no warp speed or ludicrous speed, I guess, for as I referred to it before. No ludicrous speed auto scrollers. Little nod to Spaceballs there. And the only two auto scrollers in the entire run. One was in the tree zone, and that was in the mole, the miscellaneous overworld level. But you had gone the other way. Yeah, you had gone to Tree Zone 4 and avoided that, whereas it was in Tree 3 that had been run into by Typo. And then actually Typo encountered both auto scrollers, and that's been part of the challenge here, as the other one was Macro Zone 2 because you'd taken the correct secret exit.
Yep. And I had a lot of luck on the exits in this run. That's
yeah, you went 5. Oh goodness, yeah, I believe 5 for 7.
I didn't get the first hippo, the hippo, and I think
the Tree Zone 2, right? Which was this first space zone.
The turtle, I got it right. I think turtle, I got it right as well.
Yeah, turtle, you got right. It was when you were up in space zone 3-2. Yeah. You'd gone off to the northeast there.
There you go. That's true. So that was just space and hippo that I got wrong.
Yeah, but everything else was ideal and very swift for you. And as we're looking here, by comparison,
I had a bit of a trouble in turtle. I wanted to get a power up for the what Typo was just going through when I joined this chat, and I was having troubles trying to get it, going back and forth.
Yeah, we saw that you had gone into the zones level and then remembered all of a sudden at the last second, oh, I need 2 power-ups, not just a mushroom here.
Yep.
And we had seen the space background light up for a split second and froze there, and I thought, uh-oh, was there a glitch of some sort? But I realized, no, it was just very interesting timing.
Just realization.
And Typo going to take a damage boost there, but now he's going to have a little trouble getting to the end here.
Oh, I just saw it's on SRL. That, I believe we have a forfeit.
Yes, that does look to be the case. Typo has entered the forfeit and is taking a swag death, I suppose.
Hopefully he'll join the restream, the chat. See what's happening.
Boy. I don't mean swag death, the swag game over.
Oh, even better, the swag game over, yes.
Oh.
There go the coins.
Goodbye. What a shame. But hopefully this is a learning opportunity. Because I can see on chat that he mentions that he didn't know how to get through that star level. So hopefully we get to speak.
Yeah, time will certainly tell with that. So now this moves you here. I'm just taking a look at the standings overall.
Ah, what a shame. I believe he won't be able to join for the interview.